Hello everyone and welcome back to Classic Automotive Services. We'll get on with the video in just a second, but I'm just finishing off the last little bit on the Lotus. So just putting the final badge on, hence the tape. So if I put that on there like that. Pull the tape off. And there we go. Let's get on with the video. Right, this week we've had a very busy week as always, and next week's going to be even busier from what got coming in. We'll go into that in a minute. So the Lotus, well, other than having the tyres and wheel alignment done, which will be on Monday, fingers crossed, it's pretty much there now. So we've managed to get hold of the last few parts and get them sorted. The only thing that we really couldn't get hold of was an indicator stalk. After talking to a couple of different Lotus specialists, the indicator stalk is actually unique to the Series 1 Esprit, and I believe there's only 3,500 or so Series 1s made. The difference is I couldn't find one that had the right stalk and the right mounting points. I could find either one or the other, and that's because it's unique for this. So the stalk it's a hybrid switch, so the stalk is in the right place for when you're sitting there to activate it when you're steering. So we've got the indicator side of it working, and the only part that we can't get working is the higher beam. But the owner's going to very rarely drive it at night, and the car doesn't actually need an MOT legally, so he's happy to have it without the higher beam. We're not overly happy about not being able to finish it, but there's just nothing that we can really do other than him have the car back, and we continue looking for an indicator stalk, and hopefully one comes up, and then it's just a couple of screws to change it over. So that's literally the only thing we can really do. So yeah, we've just fitted the badges, as the wing badges were actually missing, and it had the wrong badge on the boot. So we'll have a look at that in a second. I gave the car a quick wash yesterday to clean it up. I've still got to do a final wash and polish before it goes back to the owner, but we've still got to put some miles on it, as in we're going to take it and get the wheel alignment done, as all the suspension's been apart. I know the tracking is slightly off, as when you drive up the road, the steering wheel's just slightly off centre. And they're hopefully going to we're going to get them to put the front tyres on and the spare tyre on, and the back tyres we're keeping as are, because they're pretty much new anyway. So yeah, it is very, very close now. Once it's had the wheel alignment done, it should drive absolutely perfect. This is something that we want to get done with laser alignment, purely because of what type of car it is. If it's something slightly off, then it's not going to handle as it should. So the equipment that we've got is nowhere near as accurate as having a laser alignment done. So it's pretty much the best you'll get. Excuse me. So if I just grab the old badge, we'll have a look at the new boot badge as well. So it is looking very smart. And yeah, like I said, we'll give it a final wash and polish up when we've done some miles and that on it. So we've now fitted the correct boot badge as well, as it had this one on it before. And bear in mind, this car's a R-Reg 7677. Unless like you could tell the future, that's the wrong badge. So that, I believe, is a Series 2 badge, which someone's fitted. So wrong one. So ask him if he still wants to keep hold of it. If not, it might get put on my toolbox or something like that. So in the back, we've now trimmed out the back, so it's nicely finished off. So if we look in here, we just need to final hoover. We've carpeted the engine cover, We've replaced one of the boot boards underneath here, and then fully carpeted all the inside. Managed to make the carpet in one piece as well. And we've also made a nice battery box and carpeted that to cover the battery. I don't know what the Lotus had originally. I've seen quite a few different photographs of different things, but this looks quite nice now. It finished off fairly well. We have got the bit of perspex to go in the top of the engine cover, but unfortunately I had a little mishap with it and cracked it. So I've ordered another one that it should be actually here. I haven't been and checked the post, so I can fit that as well first thing Monday. So I've got the old one for template, so it's a couple of minute job to mark it out and cut it and just put that in. So yeah, we're pretty much there with the Esprit. So I've got obviously new gas struts as well. So as the old ones were completely shot. All the interior, I think the dashboard was back together last week. Can't remember now. So all the dashboard is all back together, and as it should be. So again, just needs a final cleanup. So yeah, it's up and running on the button, pretty much ready to go now. So we've literally just got to get the tracking done, tyres, and do some miles in it. So that has taken up most of the week, getting all the little touches done on it. So some of them have been quite time consuming and fiddly little jobs. So yeah, we also fitted a PowerSpark electronic ignition kit to it. So it shouldn't give any issues. I like little PowerSpark units. They're great. They're far better than like the Lumination because you haven't got to drill holes in anything and mount a box anywhere, have wiring everywhere. You know, they just go in place of your points condenser. I've only got 2 wires, one to the positive of the coil, one to the negative of the coil. Job done. So they're cracking a little bit of kit. I've personally run them in my own cars over the years. Never had an issue with one. Never had one go bang or anything like that. So they're great. So yeah, I think that is it on the Lotus. I've just got to order a wiper blade for it as well. I was cleaning the wiper blade yesterday, get all the grime off of it, and it split. So this is the wiper blade, so it's not too much of an issue. Beginning part of the week, I had the gold TR7 that we've done some work on. Last week we left it off where we were going to talk to the owner about getting it started running and driving, and he agreed. He thought that was a good idea. So we got it. So the hydraulics on the brakes were all up and running, and it drove. So any potential people that want to come and buy it could do a little road test in it and see what they're actually buying. So we got that all sorted out, and that's gone now. And we've had the red TR7 behind us dropped off. That is, it's just a parts car. It's going to be broken for parts. It's completely rotten. The only thing that we are after out of it is the engine for another car, as it's got a 16-valve sprint engine in it. So, but that's making some peculiar noises. It does run. The battery's flat on it, but I haven't got a jump pack charged at the moment. So I've got a video of it running, which we'll put in the end of the video. It is making some very peculiar noises. If you give it the engine sounds sweet. If you give it a little rev and then on overrun, it sounds like something heavy is trying to get out of the engine. It is a symptom of main bearing failure. I'm hoping it's not, as the engine appears to have good oil pressure because it's actually spewing oil out of the cam cover at quite a rate. So if it's getting oil at the top end, that much oil at the top end, it says it's got half decent oil pressure. So we've got to do some investigation into it and see what the noise is. We're hoping, as it's a automatic car, it's something to do with the torque converter or the gearbox. So we're going to pull the gearbox out of it and the torque converter off of it, check the flex plate, and start it up again with no gearbox in it, and see if it still makes a noise, just to eliminate the gearbox. And if it still makes a noise, we know it's got a problem with the engine. So hopefully not, as the owner wants to put the engine into his silver convertible TR7. So yeah, we'll have to see how it pans out. So we'll have a quick look at the car if you want to turn around. If my daughter doesn't try and come out the window. So she likes the cars and she's looking at it. So it's very, very rotten. As you can see from the bonnet is completely seized up and rotten. And, well, the only way to open the bonnet is to actually force it open. So if we try and get it open, there's a bend. There we go. As you can see, there is nothing left of the bonnet, frame, nothing. And unfortunately, the whole car's like it. The front wings look good, but they're fiberglass. So the whole car is soft, crunchy everywhere, so it's bad. But yeah, it's got this nice Sprint engine in it. So hopefully it's going to be okay and we can do something with it. There's not one panel on the car that isn't rotten. The roof's rotten, everything's gone. Doors, sills, rear quarters are completely full of filler and all misshapen. Boot floor is gone, boot lid is gone. Rear lighting panel on the inside, you can see it's all rotten. You can see all these corners are bubbled and gone. So there's nothing really worth saving bodywork wise on the car. It's a parts car, so that's why the engine's coming out. So which is a shame, because a coupe with a Sprint engine would have been quite a good car if it had been manual. So that's that one. The silver one is coming in later in the week, and the convertible. Not to have the engine swap done initially, it's coming in to have some suspension work done first. He wants polybushes doing on the front and some other bits and bobs. And then also to have a look over the car because he wants it repainted at some point as well. So we can have a look around it and actually see what it needs doing. So hopefully beginning part of the week, I'm going to get the engine out the Land Rover. And that can then, the Land Rover can go back to its owner because he's going to store it while we rebuild the engine and just bring it back to swap it. We've also got a Stag coming in on Tuesday. I believe it's French Blue. That's coming in for, from what I can make out, quite a lot of work. I don't really know what needs doing on it yet until it arrives. I've not properly spoken with a customer about it yet, but it is an existing customer that I've done work for before. And then later in the week, possibly another Stag as well. That's just a quick in and out job, needs a radiator swapping. So yeah, next week, very, very busy. So I think that's where we're up to this week. We'll put lots of pictures in at the end. We've got pictures of the gold one having the fuel tank changed, etc., and a little video of the gold one actually driving. We've got a video of this running, so it'd be nice to see people's comments on what they think the noise is. Maybe someone might actually get it right. I've got my suspicions what it is, but we'll see. And obviously got a few pictures of the Lotus being sorted out and finished. So on that note, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you next week.